What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. That's really nasty. Right, it is Saturday, so naturally the bike is back on the ramp again. But today I'm going to sort out this current draining thing that I've got going on. It's pretty much the last thing I need to do before we stick it on a dyno. I've already had a chat with them. I might be getting it on a dyno next week. Just depends what availability he's got and if he can sneak me in. But that's what we're doing, so it really is coming to a close. However, at the minute, with everything turned off, something is drawing 2 amps out of the battery. So 8 hours ish later, the thing's dead. It won't start. I did some poking about yesterday before I went to my work, and if I pull the lead off the starter solenoid, then the current stops. So it's obviously something to do with that. So now I've got to get the wiring diagram out, and we've got to chase those wires back and see which one is causing the problem, and see if I can, you know, follow it back, and I'll just replace it. You know, if it's a little one, it'll be going back in the loom. If it's a big one, it'll be going next to the loom. I don't really mind either way, but it's got to hold a charge. I mean, that's the whole point of a battery, isn't it? So anyway, all this lot, all the plastics and everything, and the tank, that's all got to come off again, just so I can get to it. So that's what I'm going to do first, but I am going to save you the pain of that, because you've seen it like 6 times already. So I'll be back. That's got to be it then, isn't it? Right. I hate some people. Okay, I've been poking about, grubbing about. I haven't filmed a lot of it because it's just me jabbing stuff and unplugging stuff. But I'll go through what I've actually done. However, with everything hooked up, and make sure those are spaced apart a bit, let me bring you in and you can see. Right, okay, I don't think there's that much in this battery. It's been on charge for a bit. It was pretty much down to, what, I don't know, a couple of volts or something. Really not a lot. But if you come across it now, no, go on volts, you goon. So volts, 8.5 volts, fair enough. So if we go back onto amps, like that. So everything is connected, the ignition is off, so there shouldn't be any drain. So if we now go between the battery and the post, the battery cable and the post, there's no drain there. So that is definitely what the problem was. I found a couple of issues as well. A lot of it is down to just this sort of junk. The loom didn't look too bad. It's all taped up and everything else. However, underneath the tape, there is all sorts of nasty going on, including this sort of stuff. So in a 6-inch span, we've got wires that have just been cut and soldered, and then that was taped up, and then they was taped together, which is poo. Then you've got one of these crimp connectors, and then it goes into a bullet connector, and then it goes into the connectors up here. So, you know, it's not helping, is it? Sadly, I can't just join that straight to this end because this cable isn't long enough to reach. So somebody's obviously chopped stuff down in the past and then extended it, and just, oh, it's a nightmare. So anyway, I need to remake this and get all that good. I want to chomp out a load of this just because it's stupid, and I'm probably just going to put different connectors on the end. I've got some spade connectors which I can put an insulating shroud around and then cover the whole thing up as well. So this all needs to get sorted out, and then I think we're going to be in business. I do want the battery to charge up though, because I want to make sure it's all still charging and everything else. Obviously this comes off the alternator, so It needs doing. But I'm confident that that is what the trouble is. Right then, well, it all seems to be running, so let's see if we've got a current drain still. Get this out of the way. Ooh, smoking. Right then, screwdriver. I'm hoping that's it. Right. Amps. No drain. So it looks like that's what the trouble was. That's what it looks like. Okay, cool. Yes! See, I knew today was going to be a good day. I've lost my screw. There we go. Right, so dodgy wiring and butchered looms strikes again. What a faff. What a faff. I think probably the best thing I can do is I'm just going to put everything back together again. And then whatever fuel I've got in the tank, I'm going to use it. And the battery can charge itself up. Actually, where's my little socket? Where you gone? So I think that's what I'm going to probably do. Just go out for a hoon until the red lights start flashing up there going, you need more fuel. Then I'll put some more fuel in it and then I'll turn around and go home. Well, you've got to test these things, haven't you? Got to be thorough. Right. So I need to put you on the other side. So you're up out the way. That'll do. You can go there. And I think we're in. It's going to be one of those time will tell jobbies, isn't it? Right, I need a brew or something a bit stronger. Oh no. My day was going so, actually you won't hear me over that. My day was going so well. Got it all sorted. Thought just chuck all the bodywork back on, go hooning, it's going to be mega. Welcome to the highs and lows of bike building. At this point I was going to stick the tank on just because it's easier to get to everything without bodywork and all that sort of stuff in the way, and the side panels at the seat sides, they hook into the tank as well, so it just makes sense to stick it on now. So I've gone to go and get the tank, and this is what I found. Fuck. Don't say it, don't say it, it could be kids watching. All the bloody paint on the front of it is lifted. Oh. So what's happened is where I took it all apart, there is fuel in the tank, it's about 3/4 full, and I've just stuck it on top of the the fabrication table. In the past, there was one of those grey boxes that you see it on at the minute in the corner of the table, and I just propped it up on that, but this time I didn't. I just stuck it on top of the bench. So the whole thing is leant forwards a little bit. Fuel has come out of the breather on the filler cap, and it's dribbled down the front, and all the paint's just lifted. It's probably, what's the time now? 2:30. It's probably been sat like that for, well, I don't know how long. A while. It was sitting on cardboard though, just to protect the paintwork. Trouble is, that's all soaked in fuel now as well, so it's took it all off around the bottom. Bloody hell. I've had a chat with Jack. So can you repaint my tank again? You still got some paint. So he's gonna have to have it back and get it done. But I need to be mobile, which could be a bit of a problem. So what might happen is I can take it off. I can take it off on a Saturday morning and give it to him, so he's got the whole day on it basically. You know, prep it all, rub it down, blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. I'll probably do all that bit just because otherwise he'll charge me for it. And then he could have it and paint it and cook it and then give it back to me the following day and I'll fit it. The paint won't have completely off-gassed because you have to sort of leave that for a bit, but luckily the fixing points for it is all hidden away and there's grommets on them anyway. And there's just the rubber seal around the top of the filler. So yeah, we should be alright doing it that way, but it will need to be cooked in an oven and oh. So I'm going to be riding around on a scabby bike for a week. I'll tell you, when he runs out of the paint that he bought to do this job, I'm just going to rattle can it because I'm spending a fortune on paintwork. So, this episode brought to you by our sponsor, JD Industries. Jack bloody loves me, the amount of money I'm giving him. Right, that's it. He's outside waiting to go hooning, and you're stood where he used to be sat, looking all miserable and stuff. Oh, I am gutted about that tank. Gutted about that tank. We got the initial paint job done and everything, and then the tank had to be redone because there were some lovely runs in it, and you know, just stuff. And also where the top fairing cracked and it all had to be repaired, that had to be repainted as well. So that's all extra cost, and now that's happened as well. However, I have been thinking about it. So, because at the minute it's just that silver grey and black bits like seat, tyres, frame, you know, this, that and the other. I do like it because it's quite simple and a bit boring. But it's quite simple and a little bit boring. So we're going to be changing things up a little bit. I've got an idea for some livery. And I'm just going to do it myself. I'm just going to rattle can it. I'm not forking out for another tank respray. At the end of the day, it's just a daily. It's not a nut and bolt restoration. I'm not putting it back to original. I'm not doing any of that. So, you know, it's going to get what's coming to it. I've also got, when I was doing the airbrushing, I've also got a vinyl plotter. Because I used to do all the masking out and stuff with that. I've still got it, and I've still got some vinyl as well. So I quite like the idea of shoving something on it. I don't know, I've got a few ideas. I have been chewing it over today. When it's all done and finished, I'll show you. but I'm not going to cover doing it because this is basically it for the ZZR. This is the last video you'll see, apart from the all-important dyno run. We might go out hooning occasionally on it, I suppose, and take you with us, but the dyno run. So I'm hoping to get it in next week. I wanted to get in with Crispy because we've got more than one dyno in Plymouth, and I wanted to sort of go into each of them and preferably do a back-to-back. So same day, same bike, same condition, same everything, and just see what the difference is between the dynos, just because I think it'd be quite interesting. But yeah, so loads of people have guessed how much horsepower it's making. I haven't got a clue. It's enough. But we're going to put a number on it, and whoever guessed the right number, they're going to get a t-shirt. T-shirts, that's another thing. Teespring have changed stuff. I'm like this close to 10,000 subs now. This close, I think I need like 120 more or something like that. It's not a lot. And it used to be you get to 10,000 subs and then you can put a merch shelf up or a store on your YouTube thing so people can treat themselves to a t-shirt and help support the channel a bit. Well, they've dropped their standards. They've lowered them right down. It's now 1,000. I could have done it ages ago. So what I've done is I've gone all the way back through Teespring. I've binned off a load of stuff because it's just pointless. So pretty much all we're going to be doing is t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeved sort of t-shirts, and like a crew neck sweatshirt. That's it. All our mugs. Oh no, I didn't put my locking washer on. Oh, that's a whole new video. But yeah, so I've also got new mugs and stuff up there as well. So there's one for Asbo, one for the channel, you know, one for the ZZR and whatnot. I've treated myself to a new mug because I can't bring myself to drink out of that one anymore. It's horrible. But it's all changed about a bit as well. The other thing is that when you put a listing up, it automatically sets the pricing based on what Teespring wants it to be. Who knew? So anyway, I've gone through and I've cut everything basically. So now it doesn't matter what you get, be it a mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie or anything else like that, I will personally get out of it between £2 and £4, which is basically as cheap as I'm ever going to make it, really. So if you want to treat yourself and support the channel, you know, go and have a look in the Teespring thing. There is a link in the description, or on the YouTube thing. I think there's now a store tab. I think I'm right in saying that. But you can go in there and have a look. See, you know, never know, you might find something you want, and you know, I'll get a couple of quid out of it, which will all go towards the fund. So what happens next? Well, we get the dyno out of the way during the week, and there'll be another video for that, hopefully. But then Steve-O is down next weekend, and we're going to be getting Asbo back on the bench. He's going to be bringing his 520 gear as well. So he's got an offset front 520 sprocket. He's got a 520 chain and a rear sprocket, and we can kind of line it all up and see what's what and see what I need to do to sort the chain run out. Because at the minute there ain't one. But then we are literally full ball back on Asbo, and that is all I'm concentrating on. So I'm quite looking forward to getting stuck into that again. That's going to be cool. So anyway, this is pretty much the end of this ZZR. It has been a really good little project actually. And it will probably be a future project as well, because I'm probably going to cut it up. Reason being is stuff like the plastics are quite old. And even though that top fairing was repaired with a hot staple gun and ABS plastic repair jobby and resin and everything else, hairline cracks are starting to reappear and stuff. So, you know, I was looking around for plastics and that. If you can get them, they cost an arm and a leg. So I'm thinking I might cut it up at some point. But we've still got Asbo to do, the race bike to do, and then I'll decide what I'm doing with the ZZR at that point. In the meanwhile, I'm just going out hooning and having a bit of a giggle on it. So that's it. That's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Thank you ever so much for watching. Do hope you're staying safe. We'll see you on the next one. Laters. I can't believe I did that. Started out the old bloody thing, wanted to put my locking washer on, and I didn't do it.